So we've talked a lot about what Gabe's routine is like on the daily or also on the yearly in terms of holidays and everything like that. How does he react when his routine changes or when it doesn't go the way that he wants it to go? He's like, I don't want to talk about this.
It's like, I'm exiting from this.
How does he react when his routine changes?
We can go into specifics, but I think generally, he can be obstinate and stubborn. He'll put up, sort of a quiet argument with it, and so if we need to get out to go to the, to get to the gym for training, or if we need to go out to go shopping or whatever, and, he obviously doesn't want to do something like that.
He wants his brush.
Or he wants his brush or whatever, he'll take his time. More recently, he's decided that he'll excuse himself and go upstairs and say bathroom. He's not going to the bathroom. He's killing time to think, hopefully, that we're not going to take him with us. Right. You can see he's being mischievous and a little manipulative in a fun way to get out of the situation.
But it also can add, it can be a lot too, and especially when he actually is really annoyed. Like, I would never, I'm not trying to undercut that, also where, like, even in Cape Cod this last year when certain family members, it was a different year. And so, meaning, like we get older, things change. People can't come up necessarily for the full vacation time in the same way every year. That's
And
just
when
life.
they're expected to arrive.
And he's so, set to how things always go, especially in Cape Cod, and who arrives when, and the order of events. And when that didn't go as planned, he kept asking for certain people, and when it was like, no, they're not coming, or they're not coming yet, or not yet, or that kind of thing, he would ask constantly.
Yeah.
And I remember this last summer him getting really, really angry.
He got annoyed.
No, there were some times he got angry.
Yeah, he did get angry.
Which he is allowed to do.
Yeah.
Because, like, all of us can also get angry like he's a person.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know if you need to say that.
I mean, I think it's important because I feel like...
We can't excuse the emotions he's going to have. Yeah, he can get angry. He can do everything he wants to do.
Like, just because he has a disability doesn't mean that he can't have emotions that people who don't.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
have.
So I'm saying that should just be second nature.
But it's
Right,
not.
but it's a great example of
maybe
it's a great example of that's been the routine for years.
Yes.
And all of a sudden this particular year, folks were not coming up and a lot changed, and he flips the switches. He knows who comes up when it's supposed to be, and all the activities that sort of go on, they don't happen. It throws him, throws him out of the routine.
It was like his equilibrium was off, his comfort zone was off, and it's okay to be angry, but it's how he, it's how he expresses it. There's a good way to express anger, and then there's a not a good way. So that's a learning curve for him also, and for us is how to deal with it. And I think we did pretty good, because he may have gotten angry or annoyed, but he was able to move forward. Yeah, we all survived. Eventually, everything got back to normal.
So Gabriel's day program that he's at.
You're mumbling a little bit.
You're mumbling.
The cameras are good, not that good.
Okay. Can you just explain, like, really what it is? Like, what's he doing? What's the purpose of it?
After he graduated high school, we found this program, OHEL, which is where he attends back in 2020. They have what they call Day Hab, Community Hab, and Provoke, which is working, like they go out and work and so forth. So he wasn't ready for a job. Okay. He didn't have the skills in order to do that. So he automatically went into their Day Hab program. And in the Day Hab program, they do all kinds of stuff, whether it be arts and crafts or
they take
trips, whether it be to the park, to the mall.
They're cooking.
Well, that's a whole separate. They do cooking. They do stuff for the holidays.
So this is what he does on his
he's
and
continuing,
there's different things
around life skills and travel skills.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay.
That's what's going on.
So that's his everyday.
That's his everyday program.
And then he also has Community Hab, where a coach, will come to the house usually a couple of times a week. And when they come here, he'll go out with them to the neighborhood. The purpose is to learn the appropriate skills outside. They'll go to like CVS or something like that, or the supermarket, he'll try to find certain items. So there's trying to teach the skills with that, or go to, get coffee and he'll buy his coffee or something like that.
He loves his coffee.
He loves his coffee.
Courtesy to me.
And then stuff when they're in the house, it could be cleaning his room or putting stuff away, different things.
He's
like
also, I know, cooked with here as
Yes,
well, but
baking.
with the recent person that comes in, but also there's like a bunch of games over there. Like they have like matching games, I think. And
Right.
recently they've been using like an iPad and like doing certain like I guess like brain games a little bit with him.
It was exercises.
Exercise,
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
And like we were all like listening. It's just like we've all tried in our own ways, like in terms of like working with Gabriel, maybe with like the alphabet or with numbers or different things like that. But it's very different when it's someone who isn't like immediate family.
Yeah.
He
Right.
tends to like listen more,
Listen
even
more,
with like
yeah.
now he does personal training at the gym as well, which is
Yes.
another part of his routine. He will listen to his trainer like very intently,
Yeah.
he'll do all the moves, very like dedicated to doing it.
And his trainer is phenomenal. I just want to say that as his main trainer, this incredible physique that my brother has is entirely built by
People
me.
go like this.
This is a body built by Nick Safier Fitness.
And I just want to say that it's the DNA that's come from me that has sculpted the kid
This
that we have
Greek god
here.
body. That...
I was in the womb with him, so I think I should take photos.
You in no grade? What are you talking about?
Yo, what's going on in there, man? What were you guys like talking about?
Partying it up, bro.
Excuse me. I was the one that carried it.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But yes,
We
like all of
digress.
these like different activities, different.
No, ho, ho, ho.
Yeah, ho, ho.
Holiday.
All the different like activities, resources,
Right,
programs that he's
yeah,
involved
yeah,
in, like it's all like building just like his
That's his
continuous
world. That's his
growth
world,
in his
right.
world. And I think it's just like his routine is just like things that he already knows on a day-to-day basis, like habitually what he does, and also just like the new things that we implement into his like day-to-day.
I don't know if this is the case for, all individuals who have Down syndrome. The folks with Down syndrome that I've known, the routine is very important because it provides that structure and that safety. And they know what to expect and they know what to do. That said, however, it's interesting also when we go off on vacation to places we haven't been, like we're doing hikes in parks in the Midwest or something like that, totally outside, different kinds of hotels and everything. And he just adapts.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Most of the time he just adapts.
Okay, but we also worked very hard when he was younger. I mean, we also have the fact that, my brother had Down syndrome. We noticed from when he was a young man around this age, and as he grew older, prior to him passing away, his need for the routine became much more severe as he got older. And we noticed that any interruption to that routine became very traumatic to him over time. When Gabriel, as he was getting older, your dad and I consciously talked about the fact that we can't allow that to. I don't know if it's something typical. We wouldn't let Gabriel always sit on the same side of the car. He couldn't always sit in the same position at the couch. You're not going to get a shower the same day of the week or the same time. We purposely changed all that kind of stuff. Certain things stayed the same, but on average, we tried to make it that things could be different, so that this way he wouldn't become very
And that everything
rigid.
would be okay if we change these things around.
Right, and
Even slightly.
yeah.
Well, and even with that, and this actually goes into the night routine for Gabe, and that's such a tricky thing in terms of seeing how he reacts when he doesn't get that, and that's something that hasn't naturally become something that just will happen or will not happen, his night routine in the way that he likes it. So it's good that it doesn't always happen that way, but also it's such a constant for him, which I think is why he loves it all so much. So his night routine.
I was going to say
Yeah.
you should explain that.
So, Gabriel is the founder of his night routine, which we have coined as 5 minutes, and I've talked about this many, many times. This started in 2020, basically when we were in lockdown for the pandemic, and I don't really know exactly how it started. I just remember, we were going over to grandma's at the end of the block a lot for dinner, and then we would come back and, nothing was happening. So what we would do is we would just sit on the couch, the three of us, and Gabe would call it 5 minutes. He would ask for 5 minutes at the end of the night. And what 5 minutes stands for is sitting on the couch for 3 to 6 hours. Not 6 hours.
Not 6.
No, 3 to 4
couple hours.
Yeah.
Until he, like, you know, he falls asleep. He has his dessert. We're gonna snack and we'll watch whatever TV show or movie we're gonna watch until he passes out, and then eventually Kira or I will bring him up to bed. And that is 5 minutes. And it's such a, I mean, it's so comforting, not just for him. Honestly, I love it
No, me
so
too.
much. It's like, even recently, it's something that has kept up, but also now that, you know, we're not in lockdown anymore, and Kira and I both have our own lives also, we're not home every single night. And you know, that was something for a while that was hard on my end, because I know he would expect it, and I feel like I would be letting him down. He doesn't have so many things, and this is something that he really enjoyed, so I feel like I was being a bad brother when that wasn't the case, you know. But now it's very much that sometimes, and I love this, I'll come home, I will open the door, and there will be Gabe sitting on the couch. Sometimes, you know, if it's not too late, Kira will leave him on the couch fast asleep, and he'll be wrapped up in his movie blanket, you know, and he'll see me come in the door. He'll wake up for a minute, you know, and I'll be like, hey, I'm home, and I'll be like, do you want to go upstairs? Do you want to go to bed? And he's like, no, 5 minutes. And then he won't even stay awake. He'll just fall asleep, and then, you know, I'll stay up because I'm a night owl. I'll stay up till 2, 3 a.m. and I will, you know, bring him up to bed. And it always is the same thing. He passes out. I like slowly wake him up. He gets up, and immediately, you know, it's almost like his body knows what to do before his mind does. He gets up and he immediately goes in for a hug, you know, and wraps himself up in a hug with me before I bring him upstairs to go to bed. Yeah.
I guess you don't get that.
No, I'll wake him up, and then he'll be like, no, stay here. And he'll be like, where's Nikki? And I'll be like, Nikki's out with his friends. And but lately now he's getting,
There's a new routine.
there's a new addition. He loves to be in my room. Like, he'll, instead of going straight to his bed, he wants to fall asleep in my bed. I give him the Halloween pillow, specifically the Halloween pillow. He won't take any others, he'll throw him off my bed. And I give him my blanket, and he curls up in a ball, and then occasionally kicks me in the face with his feet. And he'll just fall asleep like that until either I bring him, or also I'll usually fall asleep also.
That's
and
where I
Mom
come
comes in and wakes him up to bring him to bed.
So he has like 4 resting locations.
Yeah, no, but it's so proud. He's like, he never wants the night like routine of just being with the people he cares about to end. So like, he'll do it until the very last second, until he's completely asleep.
One of the things that I've adapted is it's not always just the 5 minutes with Nick. With Kira being around, so it changed now that she's home. He doesn't stay on the couch necessarily to wait for you. If it's 5 minutes when she started it, he'll go to her room.
Right.
If it's neither one of you are home, that's when he's falling asleep, and he'll wake up to one of you coming home.
Yeah.
And the couch itself, you know, there's a recliner seat at the end of that couch, and that's my seat. It's my seat.
During the day, it's Dad's seat.
Yeah, that's Dad's seat during the day, and by night I claim, and in the morning when no one's home, I claim that seat. Gabe has gotten in the habit of not only taking that seat, especially when I'm not around, or if I happen to come up for 5 minutes too late, he'll already be there. And he'll also take my movie blanket. Like, he has his own movie blanket, but he'll take mine.
Because it makes him feel, it's comforting.
He also takes your sweatshirt.
Yes, he'll go. Yeah, everything that I own is Gabe's. I don't actually own anything.
But to make sure it's yours, though, he'll also smell it to see if your cologne is on it.
Yeah, that is something that I find.
Sweet.
He's so sense oriented. It's so potent. Like, he will take a sweatshirt of mine and he'll like smell it to make sure that my cologne is on it. And then he'll put it on. He'll put that on. He'll take my movie blanket and he'll sit in the chair that I sit in. And it's very. There's no real words for it. It's the sweetest thing on the planet.
Something else, like, I think the sensory things are so interesting, and I just want to, like, one of the questions I wrote down were like specific quirks of Gabriel's that we love, and like there's just a few that like really just like sensory is so important. Like, so we have our spoons like right here, right? He'll literally stand here. Gabriel, can you feel the spoon? What do you do with the spoon?
No.
That is what you do.
That is what you do.
What do you do? What do you do with
the
this?
spoon?
What do you do?
That's not right. That's not right.
What about this one? Feel it.
Is it good?
So, like, he usually also does it with his
lip
hip as well. He'll like feel the end of it. I don't know what he's feeling for.
What is he looking
There's usually
for?
like a little piece of plastic point there that he's looking for.
He likes the
one,
plastic
that's
point?
That's the one he wants.
I think so. And if it doesn't have it, he doesn't take that spoon.
Yeah, that's one.
Him with his drumsticks, there's one that he specifically
He likes, and he
There it
wants
is.
this one.
and he has about maybe 15, and he will not use any of the other ones, and if this one goes
one's
missing, it's game over.
They've probably seen videos of us
Looking
hunting around
for
the house
it.
and going around the
Another
camps.
one. Lately, he's been closing all the blinds in our rooms, but
When he decides that it's like
nighttime like hour. So like it could be like 4:30 still, but at this point he's like, okay, we're entering like dinner at grandma's in 5 minutes, so I'm gonna close all the blinds even
though it's still daylight,
and I would like to see in my room, but he'll still close it.
The best is also, we don't know it because behind the blind, he's closed all the windows.
Oh, that too. That too.
Oh, the other night I was like, wait a minute, it's so hot up here. And then I went and he closed every window.
For some reason, he's obsessed with my makeup blush brush. He's obsessed with it. And so like all of a sudden I'll come into my room, I'll come home from work or whatever, and the brush will be at the end of my bed in the middle of my beige crochet blanket, and he'll leave it there. And I'm like, okay, so I'll put it back. And then I'll come back in the room and there's a brush again.
Back on the bed.
Back on the bed. And I'm also like, this is a light blanket. Like, I don't want my blush getting on my blanket. And I'm like, literally like, okay. So then I take it again. And if I'm doing my makeup, he'll take the brush from my hands and he'll just go like this. And just keep like, and I'm like, why are you taking my brush? And this is like consistent. So now every time I come back to the house, I always look for the brush on my bed.
There.
It means that he was there. He's like marking his
He likes
territory.
things the way he
But
likes
he
things.
likes, that's what I'm saying. He likes things the way he likes it. He's like, these little quirks are just things, and they're so adorable, but they're things that make him feel.
Yeah.
Well, same
know,
thing. You know, you come down here in the morning and there's always a spoon and another box drink, full box drink on the counter.
Like ready to.
Just, it's
That's from the
it's
night
almost all the
before.
time,
Because
from the
if
night
you
before.
guys don't catch it, I'll find it sometimes if I get up during the night and I'll come down. Sure enough, there's a box drink right
right.
here for the next day, and I'm like, okay, it's gonna get warm, and I'll put it in.
Yeah.
But if I haven't done that, then no, it's out all night because he's leaving it for the next day.
It's just really, it's really sweet, and like, but also it just makes sense. Like, these are things that make Gabriel feel like comfortable in his day. And I'm like, it's
In
the
his
same thing
home.
of like, if we have routines that we do for ourselves, like us putting our contacts in, I feel like is an equivalent to him taking out the juice box before going to bed. It's like he's like kind of like meal prepping. It's just a universal,
It's evolving.
humane thing, and it's evolving as he keeps getting older. It's just very, very precious.
I'm angry and it's hot and this elevation is horrible and don't ever take me on this vacation again.
He screamed. He is such a sweet person, but he's also a person.
Convenient for us versus convenient for him
Right.
are two different things.
Right.
Safier Universe!